Hi, everyone. This is Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a no contact love reading. Today, I am going to ask our spirit guides about the person on your mind. What are their heart's hidden secrets? What are they holding back? What are they thinking and feeling? What is going on inside of this person at this time? Any guidance spirit has for you? So let's call in our guides. Let's see what they have for you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody new. This is for any sign and any sign of the person that you are thinking of. So whenever you found this reading, it was meant to find you. So I'm hoping you stumbled across it for a reason. I've got some cards jumping out. Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages. I am listening for you now. I have sorrow, grief, depression, my ego. You know, you crushed my ego. That's always a big one. Sometimes people don't realize that their ego got in the way. I have possibilities, a free spirit, risking. Am I ready to risk it all? And I feel hopeless. I'm falling apart. So I've got somebody who has been struggling here with their feelings. Bottom of the deck, I have conflicted and clinging. So this feeling of, I can feel you holding on, and a little bit of I'm obsessing over you, holding on, this back and forth energy. I want to know what my choices are. First of all, you're not a choice. Okay. You are not an option. You are a beautiful, amazing person. And if they don't want to be with just you, then they're not going to be good enough for you. But they're holding on and obsessing. Okay. So it could be that you ask them to give you space, and now they're really struggling. Maybe they weren't giving you the attention that you needed. And this feeling of, now they're surprised. Sometimes people are always surprised with, I thought it was good. But at the time they weren't giving you the energy. And then when you're not there, all of a sudden they're like, well, I thought we were fine, and you're like, no, we really weren't seeing each other, and you really weren't there for me. And you didn't even notice that you weren't putting any energy into the connection. So, and then all of a sudden the tables turn. There's a sense of, but I thought we were good, and I thought that we were, doing great. And it's like, you were doing great, but I wasn't. And the fact that you didn't even see it is even scarier. So this person could be just kind of facing the reality of they didn't show up. Okay. They weren't showing up. I have a Sun. I have a 10 of Pentacles. I have a Fool. I have an Ace of Pentacles. This person is daydreaming of a second chance. Okay, so I don't know if that's something you're interested in. It could be in vice versa. But this person wants a do-over. And whatever has happened, I really feel like they didn't think that they were neglecting you in some way, or that they weren't giving you what you needed emotionally. So this was a wake-up call. This is a way for them to realize, like, you can't just, once you caught me, you can't just stop the chase. It's like, you caught me, and then you no longer put any effort into it. Don't take me out. You don't, there's nothing romantic anymore. There's nothing new. There's nothing exciting. So it's like, I caught you. Okay, I'm done. Now you're mine. What is this, caveman times? Like, I'm going to drag you back to my cave by your braid. No, it doesn't work that way. This feeling of, if you want to capture me, you've got to show me that you love me. You've got to show me, you've got to tell me. So Spirit, we're asking today about their heart's hidden secrets. So far I'm feeling that they didn't realize that they weren't showing you. They didn't realize that they weren't giving you enough and making you feel some kind of security. They weren't offering you any security. We could be struggling with that. You're not offering me a future. There's no future here. And you could be, you know, just they weren't even talking about it. They weren't even bringing it up. You didn't know where you stood. So that's kind of crossing their mind. Maybe I should have made you feel more secure. There's a sense of them realizing that they didn't do their part, you know, maybe they did their part in the beginning, but I feel like somehow it turned into their ego taking over, or it's all about me. I'm struggling with finding time for myself. I'm being pulled in too many different directions. I feel like that's something that they kept saying to you, like everybody wants a piece of me and I don't have anything left to give. So this person is like having a hard time with prioritizing their energy or where they put their energy, something like that. Spirit, can I please have some secrets of their heart? What is their heart saying? What is it that you have for us at this time? I replay our conversations over and over. So obviously I can't get you out of my head. You know, it's not like I've gone away. I'm definitely obsessing over you. I can't stop thinking about you. This king, there is a sense of clinging. There is a sense of I'm obsessing over you. I do feel like I'm struggling with, I didn't know what I had. I'm going to definitely say that. I feel like this is a real eye-opener to them. I think they were naive. I think they thought you were happy and you weren't. So they weren't even picking up on the vibe of, I need more, or we don't spend enough time together, or you're always busy with everybody else and I'm kind of like the last on the list to spend time with or to do things with. And they're kind of pushing back with, you know, everybody wants a piece of me, you know, and you're supposed to just kind of sit back and wait until whatever leftovers of energy they have, they give to you. I don't think so. I feel like their priorities were misplaced. Just being near you is intoxicating. So yeah, I'm going to say that we were into each other. I don't feel like we weren't into each other, but you miss your person. You shouldn't miss your person when you're with them. Okay. You shouldn't feel lonely in a relationship. And if that's how you were feeling, that's probably what happened. You know, like I'm in a relationship, but I feel like I'm alone. So that's not the relationship that you want to be in. I know that I crossed the line. So what did they do? What happened? I feel like they got defensive. I feel like they didn't like being either accused of something, or if you did bring up something along the lines of, you're not spending enough time with me, or your priorities are off, I feel like they didn't want to hear that from you. And I feel like that set them off. Spirit, can I have some initials, please? I have a C, L, R, another L, an O, J, Y, another R. R is important. L, B, Z, K, U, X. Okay, and let's get some double letters. Let's see. I have first initial, second initial. So, or first letter, second letter, first name, last name. So these are get you a little bit closer to a name. So see if this connects to you. I have the letter L-A, D-E, K-A, W-I, L-O, E-M, R-E-D-I. I have an H-A, and I have a C-H. Okay. So those are just some letters or some initials that may be connecting to you at this time. Spirit, tell me more about this connection, their heart's hidden secrets, what's really going on behind the scenes with this person. The clock, needing time to heal, processing. That's always the, I need time, quote unquote. I go back and forth with that. Sometimes we do need that space and time. It helps us see things more clearly. And then other times we need time to talk. We need time to be together, to work things out. Doesn't work out without communication. Whoa, look at you. So I got all these cards. Yikes. I'm going to go with these ones that flipped over. I've got grounded. I want more stability. It could be you. That could be them. I sabotaged this. Now I have to repair it. I have to try to repair this connection. If their thoughts are on repairing and their hearts are on repairing, that feels good, because that tells me that's somebody who's, sees some fault in what they could be doing differently. I have an engagement ring, and I have faith. I have a feeling that somebody got pushed into, I'm not ready for this, and maybe it's something that you really want, and you're not interested in being just a boyfriend or girlfriend for the rest of your life. You want some kind of commitment, and they lost it. They said, stop pushing me, or, it's got to be their idea, or why do we need to do that? If we're not on the same page with that, that's a tough one, because it's hard to get on the same page, other than somebody thinks they're going to lose you. They feel like they're going to lose you because it's really important to you and you waited long enough. There's a feeling of you've waited. Okay. So they either have to make their move, or you're going to move on. So that's probably why they're obsessing right now, because they've got to make their move, and they got to be willing to heal, and they got to be willing to repair. I have a Queen of Pentacles. I have a Knight of Pentacles. I have a Nine of Cups. And I have the World. So there is some security coming into me here. There's some contentment. It's almost like we kiss and make up and things are going well. Okay. I do feel that a little bit. I feel like that when we get back together, we are able to pick up where we left off and have talked about the hurt and talked about the pain. So that feels good. And it does feel more secure. I will say that it starts to feel more secure. The Page of Wands, we actually find the passion for each other again, too. The separation could be a good thing for you, believe it or not. I hate, it's hard to be in a no contact. But there's kind of a rejuvenation energy coming into me now. I didn't realize how painful it would be to be alone. And I do want a second chance. Like, this is somebody who, there's a kiss and make up energy. There's a sense of finding that spark again. And I don't know, maybe we just get something off our chest and we reconnect. And, there's a sense of, through tears and through apologies and through deep conversations. You know, we kind of find each other again. So I'm going to go with that. That actually feels really pretty nice for me right now. So I do believe there's a lot of love in this connection still. And this person does want a second chance. Spirit, can I have some loving messages? I want to see what they're really feeling. So their heart's hidden secrets. You know, ego gets in the way. And sometimes people are like, well, this is my life and, you know, take it or leave it. And it's like, no, there are two people here. There's an us, there's an our. And if you don't want to be in an us and you want to make decisions just for yourself without consequences to anybody else, then you need to be alone. So I feel like they realized that they were deciding for themselves things, and they need to take you into consideration with any decision. I can show you the world. You're on my mind the most. I've been thinking about you a lot, no doubt. I still think you're hot. I mean, I don't want to be with anybody else. So I don't think it has anything to do with they want to be with someone else. I love your smile. I love everything about you. I just want you to know who I am. There was a defensive mechanism that kicked in. They didn't want somebody telling them what to do, but they also have to realize that they were making some kind of decisions that didn't include you. And that probably was very hurtful. Like, what about me? How did I get so lucky? You know, maybe you're very forgiving. Maybe you're very understanding. Maybe we just figure this out, but you can't take me for granted. You can't not consider me in future choices. I want a new beginning with you. I do feel that. I feel like this person is ready to, I don't want to say start all over again, but I'm going to say kiss and make up and find the passion again. I will commit to that. So that is what I'm feeling today. So let's put this out into the universe. I want to thank Spirit for this message today. I want to thank you for being here. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you always for your kind words, your comments. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please visit my website at kathymamlinpsychicmedium.com. Also, if you are interested in some half-hour readings or some mini readings, you can go to the description, and there's a little bit of information about what's on my website there. We will see you all again real soon.